Can we start with Sam Darnold?
Yes, we can.
Because there was something that you were talking about on PFT.
Right.
That you guys jumped into the conversation about him seeing ghosts.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
let's just start with there.
Okay, yes.
Because I have a strong feeling about this whole thing. And for a second there, I thought you were going to jump into what I've been hearing a lot of people say. I was wrong, but how could they do this to him? You make him look like an idiot. You set him up to fail. They should never do this again. And I feel like a lot of those talking points are incorrect.
I agree.
Your main point was
what was your point first? Don't tell me my main point.
This was my main point with the whole thing. A lot of people say that when they showed him saying, "I'm seeing ghosts out there," it showed a lack of confidence. And that's why, how could you show him that? Because that shows a brittle man who's falling apart. It shows exactly the opposite to me. For a guy who can sit back there having a game that we all could see was bad.
Right.
To be able to just have a moment
admit the truth, right?
I'm seeing ghosts out there.
Yes.
This is not going the way that we. That shows confidence. That does not show a lack of confidence.
It certainly shows. Yes, you're right. So
being able to
being
say
secure in the moment.
It's not embarrassing to say something like that. It's real.
Right.
And it's honest.
Yes.
And to be able to tell a teammate, I'm seeing ghosts out there. I thought they were rushing me. I thought there was pressure. There wasn't anyone there.
Yeah.
100%. If I had a starting quarterback who was young and 22 years old and learning. Be honest with me. Don't be like, I got this, coach. I'm gonna make those plays.
Yeah,
because
sure.
It's like, no, you don't have this. Obviously,
no, obviously
this
not.
is a rough game.
Yep.
Be honest. And I feel like the fact that we've all said, we gotta. How could they let that? We all say we want to hear what really happens.
Yeah.
We can't handle that. We can't handle it, right? Because when we do hear what a quarterback really says or a coach really says to a player. We blow it up.
We do.
We make it big. We ruin it.
And then we wonder why, the next Mec'd Up segment's going to be the most boring segment ever. It's going to be like,
100%.
Well done, guys. Good job, team. And we're going to be like, whoa, thanks for that. Yes, I'm with you. First off, I think it's been made of a bigger deal by both sides. The media and people jumping on, Sam Darnold and saying, it shows weakness and all that. And even the Jets themselves being mad that it got aired too. Again, I just don't think it's that bad. This is a very common thing in the NFL. That's common language. Don't see ghosts. A lot of coaches use that as their coaching point. Know what you're seeing. Don't, I think I'm seeing this and I'm just not quite sure. And that's what he was referring to. And again, he is a young quarterback, like you're saying. And he's playing like one of the greatest defenses through a halfway point of a season that maybe we've ever seen. Yeah. So they're special that way. And they're doing creative things. And Bill Belichick is all in on defense this year. And he is the D coordinator. So it's gone to another level. But it's not like he's the first guy to ever say that on the sidelines. I'm with you. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the peeling the curtain back, kind of inside look there. I guess Adam Gase doesn't like it because it maybe makes him look a little bit like he didn't prepare the quarterback or his offensive game plan isn't the right way. But again, I don't take it like that either. I don't. Now, they were exposed, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But there's been Hall of Fame quarterbacks who have seen ghosts in the middle of their career.
Did you see ghosts?
I saw ghosts. I'll speak to a specific game for sure. 2006, opening game of the year, Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Chris McAllister and company coming to town, right? And they were whooping our ass. And I threw 3 picks, and I think 2 of them in the first half, and one of them was a pick 6. And it snowballed out of control to where I was seeing ghosts. Yes, I was reluctant to throw the ball because I was getting is somebody there? Oh, wait, no, he's open. Throw it. Just protection calls that I would never mess up, that I had reps of 100 days in a row in training camp. All of a sudden, I'm not making the right protection call because I'm more worried about wait, let me make sure I got the secondary right. And oh, shit, I didn't even look at Ray Lewis, who's coming up to blitz and knock my head off. So, yes, that happens.
So when you're seeing ghosts, it can be multiple defensive backs where there are no defensive backs. It could be blitz.
It could be everything.
That's not there.
That means you're flustered. It's just a lack. Tom Brady was seeing ghosts in the Super Bowl in 2007 against the New York Giants, right? He was. And I don't mean this. I'm not saying this to be mean or say anything about it, but Steve Spagnuolo came out with a game plan that they hadn't run all year, really, the Giants. So he wasn't prepared for that. The Giants D-line was playing out of this world. And, because of that, he was flinchy in the pocket. Might have missed a throw here or there. I'm just using that as an example. But,
Sure.
this is a young quarterback who who was in a really tough situation against an undermanned team, seeing a scheme that had never really been thrown at him, and because he's young, it snowballed. Like Tom Brady seeing ghosts in that 2007 Super Bowl didn't amount to anything other than maybe him taking a sack maybe once when he shouldn't have, or he would have hit a completion down the field, but he wasn't sure because the coverages have been changing so much all day. He's not sure what he's seeing. I mean, Aaron Rodgers against the Broncos in 2015, the year the Broncos won the Super Bowl, he went out there and threw for 75 yards. I promise you, he was seeing ghosts out, and he was going, "What the hell defense is this? Who's around me?"
And they may have said it,
right? Yeah, I mean, so yes, I think it's being blown out of proportion. So let's get to the facts of the matter here.
So the facts of the matter before we do get to have you ever really seen ghosts, like actual ghosts?
Oh, actually seen ghosts?
Like a haunted house?
I'm waiting to see one at my house. I have a house that was built in 1725. I don't know if you knew I lived in a house that old.
I didn't know that.
And they housed redcoat soldiers at the time.
So
yes.
The chances are it's actually more likely there are ghosts.
I would think.
But you haven't seen them.
Yeah, I'm a believer in ghosts, but I have not seen one. No, have you?
We've talked. No, I think I've heard them before.
You've heard them before.
Absolutely. Like there's been noises that happen where there shouldn't be noises happening.
Like boo.
Not like boo, but something rattles and there's no one in the other room, or you hear knocking and there's no one in the other room. I think I've heard ghosts before.
Okay.
But I do believe in ghosts, and I think they're real, and so does Sam Darnold. He thinks they're real
people.
too. All right, so what the F happened here?
Yes.
To Sam Darnold.
What the fuck happened?
So basically, I've looked at your notes.
Yes, you have.
And they say that there was some pressure. He was facing some defensive pressure, basically from play one to the end of the game.
Yes, and the big thing is, and not necessarily on every play, but where New England really made life hard on Sam Darnold and Adam Gase combined, is every time they got in a obvious passing situation. Oh, it's 3rd and long, or it's 2nd and long, and it's an empty set. There's no back in the backfield, and now Bill Belichick knows, oh, they're definitely passing. There's no back in the backfield unless they're going to run the quarterback draw with Sam Darnold or something like that. So that was the big thing. Yeah. And to make it all just button it up with one thing, basically Bill Belichick watched film and went, I don't think their blitz plan's up to snuff, up to par. I got to expose it. And I think that's really where it started. And he realized, I think, 2 things. One, that maybe Adam Gase and the offense didn't have the right answers in certain personnel sets and formations to answer the blitz. And more importantly, I think he looked at probably Sam Darnold's career and said, he's never really faced all-out pressure in a lot of these formations. And what's he going to do? And where's he going to go with the ball and with some of these formations to get himself out of jam? Does he really know what is being protected and what's not being protected? And that's where it fell off from Jump Street. So the first blitz, the first interception, where he has to kind of roll out to the right, okay, and he throws the ball over there in the flat, and Devin McCourty intercepts it. Well, one, there was more blitzers than there was blockers. But to make it worse, one of the blockers messed up too, to where a guy got up on Sam Darnold quicker than he was anticipating. So now he throws the ball out into the flat, which New England knew was their blitz adjustment. Devin McCourty's sitting there because he's covering Le'Veon Bell going, I find it, he probably knew, and I would not be shocked if they told him, just stand here on this one, because that happens too when they feel like they have a tendency that's glaring. Like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they used to tell Rondé Barber, if they get in this formation, they're going to run a slant. Go for it. If you miss it, we'll take the bullet and tell you to go for it. And more times than not, when they told him to go for it, he got the interception. Okay. And I would not be shocked if that went down that night, where they were just like, hey, when they blitz and they're in this formation, he's going to try to throw the slot out route. And Devin McCourty goes, oh, I got Le'Veon Bell. I doubt he's part of the hot solution. And he sat there and got it. So that was the thing.
The blocking scheme was too vanilla for Bill Belichick and the Patriots?
It's a lack of a plan as far as where to go with the ball when you're outnumbered with blockers, or not the ability to, okay, I don't have a lot of blockers. We're about to, let me get some people in here and max protect to then block it up. And now I got one-on-one outside, and maybe I can take a Robbie Anderson one-on-one and one-on coverage without a safety for a comeback or an out route or something like that. But what happened was it was over and over. I mean, whether you go to the next drive, they went 3 and out on 3rd down. They got to 3rd and 10. He blitzed them again. They threw a really quick pass out to the right. They were fine with that. They knew they were going to throw a 5-yard throw, just rally, make the tackle. He won't get the first down, punt. Then it started to be fake the all-out blitz and drop people out. And now that's when I think Sam Darnold goes, I'm seeing ghosts, because he's going, oh my gosh, they're coming from everywhere. And now he's getting the ball set hut, and they give him the look like they're coming from everywhere, and people drop out, and he's double checking like, wait, we're blocked.
It's like they're rushing 7, but they're playing 6 defensive backs.
Exactly right. Doesn't add up.
Yeah,
right. It feels like they're bringing everybody, but everybody's in coverage too. How is that? Right. And that's where I think it went to. And it just really snowballed from there for a young guy who wasn't sure what he's seeing, and now he's feeling the pressure of, oh my gosh, we're losing. I got to bring us back. They got Tom Brady. I got to push the envelope. Sorry, Julio Jones. Oh. And hold on, let me get Julio straight there. And that's really where it all went wrong.
The way it manifested was really interesting, too, because he was getting the ball out very quickly. He had to, because they were all out blitzing. So I was looking from snap to throw, he was averaging 2.5 seconds. That was the 3rd quickest in the NFL. So he's getting the ball out quick.
Yep.
But what he was doing also was throwing the ball downfield. 12.5 yards per vertical pass.
Oh, yes, right. So there you go.
Second highest in the week.
Gotcha.
Carson Wentz.
Okay.
So he was getting the ball out quick, but he was throwing it deep downfield. So it was a
That's
lack
not
of a
conducive to the plan, exactly, or to the defense you're getting. That what you're saying, the answers, those are not like good answers for all-out blitz. No. Now I would have been okay. Yeah, that I understand that if I was like, oh, they kept the tight end and the running back in to block, so now they have like a 7-man protection, and then they're throwing the ball plus 10 yards. That makes sense. But when there was like 5 blockers and 6 blitzers, and you're still trying to throw the ball over 12 yards down the field, no, that's usually going to mean there's a disaster, or there's a disaster on the other side and the guys keep falling down in coverage or something like that. But ultimately, it was all that. And then it led to bad mechanics by Sam Darnold. I mean, gosh, he's got some of the interceptions there. I mean, there's nobody around him, but he's so jumpy and so used to being under pressure now that the feet are cockeyed. You know, he's not really seeing clearly downfield because, like you said, he's double checking to see if wait, am I protected here? Okay, I am. Let me look back up. Whoa, the picture changed all of a sudden. And it just was a total bad team effort by the offense, the coaching staff, and Sam Darnold.
Well, and how much does this play into it, too? You know, if you're Bill Belichick, that you have a quarterback that's not going to scramble. He's not going to hurt you with his legs. So it's not like he can evade the blitz with getting
He's not a runner.
Pocket,
he is a slider and a shuffler, yes.
I did look it up. And who do you think has more scrambles this year? Kind of a pass play that turns into a run, just scrambles between Sam Darnold and Tom Brady.
Ooh.
Who has more scrambles in 2019?
Well, considering Sam's only played 3 games, I'm going to go with Brady.
Darnold has 1.
And Brady has what, 2 or 3?
0.
0?
He has none. So
hilarious.
Darnold does have one.
You trick questioned me.
Yeah.
Good job there.
But that's another facet of it is like, let's see how he handles it. We know it's not going to be with his legs.
No, he is a mover in the pocket more than he is a runner, and that's his beauty. And you're right, with the all-out blitz and everybody's converging, now you can't, there's nowhere to shuffle or move. He's got to kind of just stand there and make a throw. And if I would say this, if there's a weakness to Sam Darnold and something that I want to see, and this was an issue with me coming out of USC, and my dad actually talked about this on the podcast last week. This is one of our concerns. When he's got to just stand in the pocket and stand there and make the throw, that's not always when it's the most perfect for Sam Darnold. He's actually at his best when he's kind of sliding around and moving and dealing that way. But the other thing before we move on, too, with Sam Darnold and this, I mean, of course they're outmanned. They're playing a good defense, a game plan. They weren't prepared for it, all of that. But, it's still a brilliant game plan by the New England Patriots. Again, their ability to expose teams and their weaknesses is second to none in the history of the NFL. And like a lot of those blitzes where we talked about where I go, it's not an all-out blitz, but they made it look like a blitz. Well, what they do, right, I'm going to jib this real quick, all right, just real quick.
Oh, you're standing up.
I'm going to stand up. Because,
early in the podcast.
Because this is what they do to really stress you out, too. So not only is everybody at the line of scrimmage, bam, and like just say, okay, let's say I'm, Devin McCourty, for lack of a better name. And, okay, I'm going to blitz. And the first 2 or 3 times he was there, he blitzed, right?
Yep.
But then, okay, so now that, let's just say the guard was blocking him every time he blitzed. Now, the next few times, they're going, oh, they might have a plan ready for us, so let's be careful here. So the next time, he goes and just stands there, set hut, and he stands there for a second. So the guard has to stay there to block him, but now they bring somebody else, and then he backs out. So he might go, oh, like, I'm blitzing. And he kind of hops there, and now the guard has to sit there like, wait, is he coming? And now they can't adjust to what really is happening.
Right.
And then he drops out over the middle to take away a shallow cross or whatever it may be.
Sure.
And that's the brilliance of Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
Can I give some love to another Patriot?
Sure.
Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah,
so
baller.
He's been sent on a blitz 43 times this year. They're blitzing him a lot.
Yep.
10th most of any player. They're using him. 28-year-old. He's having one of the best years of any defensive player.
He is.
Up to this point. Former second-round pick out of BYU.
Yep, I made a lot of tapes for him when I was in New England.
Barely played for the Lions.
I know.
He played his first 2 years with Detroit. He played like 7% of their snaps on defense. And he's said that they told him, they said that we don't know how to use you.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, then why'd you draft me?
Right.
Because he just was not utilized in Detroit. You trade him over to the Patriots and Bill Belichick for a 6th-round pick, which some have called this the best move. I mean, they've made a lot of moves over there with New England that were very good.
This is a special move, though.
He played 91% of snaps last year. I think he might be having a better year this year. You looked at a lot of tape with him.
I don't miss a game, really, of New England. And, yeah, he pops every game. His versatility on the front seven is, you know, it's as good as anybody in football. I mean, he can play middle linebacker, he can play outside linebacker, he can play defense end, he can cover tight ends, he can cover running backs, and that's where they're beautiful. You know, they have this amazing secondary, and then they have all these versatile guys in their front seven and front six where they can mix and match according to your personnel, and, oh, you blitz, you drop, oh, this week you blitz and you drop, and they can change it up so many different ways. That's what makes it hard on offenses to get a beat on, wait, who do we protect? Who is the guy that's usually the blitzer? You know, that's how teams prepare for things like that. You can't really get a beat on New England.
So given that, as we wrap it up with Sam Darnold, does his stock go up or, down in this game because of how he performed, or do you just chalk it up as he's playing one of the best defenses he'll ever play?
Yeah, he's playing one of the best defenses he's ever played. He's still learning football. He got exposed in his young career on something that he has a little lack of knowledge in and wasn't necessarily helped out by his head coach to make the proper adjustments once they got exposed. Okay.
Has your opinion changed?
It has not. I'm not going to let it change me. Not because of that. But the big thing is this. How he looked so awesome against Dallas a week ago, right? And then he looks like that against New England. This is just one thing I like to say to everybody out there. Again, this is something we preach on the podcast a lot. This is the great example of it's a lot easier for a quarterback when he walks to the line of scrimmage every time and he's playing the Dallas Cowboys and he goes, oh, it's this defense for the 5th time in a row. Oh, it's the other defense they play for the 4th time in a row. Oh, it's this defense or that defense. It's this defense or that defense. Every play. So you walk to the line of scrimmage, you're comfortable. Oh, coach taught me to do this, blah, blah, blah. New England, you walk up to the line of scrimmage, you're like, what the f***?
Right.
Who the f***? What coverage is this? Who's standing in front of me? Looks like there's 25 guys in front of me, and they're moving around. Wait, who are we protecting? And then you say set hut, and you're all worried about that, and you go, wait, what did coach teach me on my own play? I can't even remember anymore. So that tells you just a little bit about making quarterbacks think with disguises and different looks is more important now in 2019 than ever before in the NFL.
And to be fair to coaches out there, I'm
nobody's New England. I get that.
I'm certain a lot of coaches would love to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of coaches have actually tried to do that. And then that's where you see some of the breakdowns and
it is, yes.
Coverages. And you go, what are you doing out there? And you're like, I should have kept it simple.
Yes, well, yeah. You want to keep it, within your wheelhouse. It doesn't take a lot for
if you have a team that can handle it.
Right.
And New England, obviously.
I'm not asking for Dallas to what do I want to say? Reinvent the wheel. Yes. Yeah. No, I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying, just throw a few curveballs with the talent you have, and that'll be enough.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.